Deputy Maureen O'Sullivan. You have 2.5 minutes.
Good. It's more on through go will on this sport show going enough to see here more because it's all called Bronagay, Kyle Bull could be Jake a Hale. It's a very sad occasion that we have a little boy Jake who lost his life, and he's gone from his loved ones, his family, his school, his friends, his community, and all that he and his family should have been looking forward to. They are deprived of that. And I want to acknowledge Deputy MacDonald's work and Deputy Ellis's work in this, and your own role, Minister, in not opposing what's being proposed here. It's a small consolation, but I think the real consolation will be if other parents do not have to suffer a similar loss and they're spared that sadness and grief. I think what's being proposed is sensible and it's practical. And part of it is about standardised speed limits for vehicles in housing estates where children are likely to be playing. And it's highlighting the need for marked speed limits in housing estates to reduce the speed at which drivers drive in residential areas. And I think it's also about parents being confident enough and being able to allow their children out to play on the streets. And those of us above a certain age here know what it was like to play out on the streets in previous times where it was safe to do that. And I know it was a time when there weren't as many cars around. But I do think there's health benefits as well if children can go out and play safely as opposed to sitting inside on various technological gadgets. We know that speed ramps are effective in slowing cars down. I was surprised by one survey that I read on your department that only 14% of the 8,000 plus housing estates surveyed had speed ramps. And I do think that this is a point for future developers, and we do know that there's going to be more housing building, that this has to be part of the brief that they take on. You know, where I live in East Wall, it was a rat run, and there's absolutely no doubt that the speed ramps have been somewhat successful in slowing people down. The visual signage is important. The speed signs, the signs children at play, they're all about awareness rising, as is local, safety education in schools. And I know that some second level schools do include that as part of a TY module. I do think with driving lessons that it should be about more than just passing a driving test. I do think they have to be about safety, safer driving and safer awareness of pedestrians, particularly of children. I heard you speaking about certain roads earlier that may prove a problem when it comes to definition because they are main arteries, and I mean we can all think of many more like that, but I do think that there's a start that can be made with those housing estates. And then just to finish, all of the signs and all of the rules and regulations are not going to be worth anything unless, number one, they are enforced, and number two, unless there is a change in driving culture. And I think the key phrase probably for all of us in our lives is slow down. Thank you.